Alright troops, today we're going to paint up one of my all-time favourite characters from Lord of the Rings, Legolas. A couple of weeks ago I was invited to a kind of Mirkwood collab, and of course, as ever, I've left it to the very last minute. In the last video I talked about something I thought I would never experience, and that is burnout. I think this is just down to the kind of sheer amount of models that I'm painting, and YouTube flagging all my videos.
Oh, shut your f***ing moaning, man. Nobody cares. Fucking hell. Oh, wah, 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 wah. I get to sit and paint toy men all day. Wah, wah, wah. F***ing get a real job if you f***ing hate it so much. Shut your f***ing hole, you f***ing bell end. Nobody gives a f*** about your f***ing burnout. Shut up and get on with it. You're doing my f***ing head in.
I know I really shouldn't complain. I quit my proper job to literally paint toy men all day. It's a dream come true.
How can something that's delicious make me sick? Unless too much of a good thing is actually a bad thing.
I think one of the main issues for me is I'm an absolutely massive hoarder. Painting all this stuff up and then having to get rid of it really just hurts my soul. But anyway, enough moaning like an absolute bell end. What better way to get over burnout than to paint a model that I absolutely love? And I found this old Legolas, and I think this Legolas model is one of the best models that Games Workshop has ever done. It's one of my all-time favourites, and I'm really excited to build and paint this up. When I was a kid watching the Lord of the Rings trilogy, surprisingly for me, one of my all-time favourite scenes and battles is not Osgiliath, or Minas Tirith, or Helm's Deep, or the Black Gate. It was Warg Attack. I absolutely loved this scene, and I replayed it over and over again. I absolutely love the intro to it where Legolas kills a scout and then he runs up and he's just sniping off the wargs. I just absolutely love this part of the film. It's just incredible. Also, an F in the chat for my friend Gangster Bo here. I absolutely love this guy holding his bow sideways. You also get to see the Royal Guard in action, and I just think, you even got Gimli trying to get onto a horse to get into the action. It's just
That's a 10.
absolute fucking top cinema. So anyway, let's get over burnout together and paint up a lovely, lovely, lovely Games Workshop mini. A wee hand transition for you guys. I know how much you love them. Hand transition. I'm only joking. Face transition. Whoa! So I've got my Legolas model here. The legs and stuff just need to be glued on. There are some big gaps, and I can't really be bothered filling these in with green stuff. I know I should, but I'm just really in the mood to paint it, so I'm just going to not bother doing this and move on to the next stage. So I've got both models here, fully done up. I'm not going to bother paint stripping the black off the foot Legolas. I'm going to be giving these a quick all-over base coat of Hydrax Brown from Colourforge. So just a quick snap of my fingers and that's not what was supposed to happen. Anyway, that's the Hydrax Brown base coat done. And as you can see here, I've missed a few bits. I really don't know how, but it just seems like no matter how well I base coat a miniature, I'll always miss a tiny little bit. So I'm just going to give it a quick wee do of some Rhinox hide here, just to kind of blend it all in together, so you can't tell that I've missed it. So to find the colours that I want for this Legolas, I was finding it quite hard. I decided I was going to go with a brown horse because this is a kind of Mirkwood themed episode. I want this Legolas to be from the kind of days where he was a prince in Mirkwood, so I decided to go with a brown horse rather than the white horse to distinguish it from the one he receives in Rohan. Shout out to Arod, what a fantastic horse he was. Suppose it should mean that he doesn't have his bow that he received from Galadriel, but let's just gloss over that, shall we, because I am not changing the bows. So finding the correct colours for Legolas was a bit annoying, so I decided to go with what was on the boy on the horse. These are the two official Games Workshop paint schemes, and they've got different colours between them. If anyone knows why that is, do let me know. I'm assuming it was something to do with the order they were released in. Or if this foot Legolas is actually the dismount for the Gimli and Legolas on horse. I really don't know, it's so long ago and I can't remember why. But I've decided that I like the colours of the one on the horse the most, so I'm going to try and emulate these. So I've picked 3 different greens for the different colours of green on Legolas. The cloak is getting a quick base coat of Castellan green. kind of, I believe this is tabard, and his clothes are getting a nice wee coat of Vulcan green. And finally the knee parts are getting a wee coat of Strachan green, nice and light to distinguish it from the other colours. Wasn't too sure on the kind of grey-blue colour for his elbow pads, so I decided to mix Celestial Grey and Teclis Blue, just in a kind of 50-50 mix, and then paint these in. I was looking at the miniature and I was quite happy with it. However, I remembered a kind of technique from an old Games Workshop staff member taught me way back when. Shout out to Peter Payton, saying if you paint things on miniatures, you kind of want the same amount of colour in the top half as the bottom half. As you can see, the blue has got the same amount in the top half and the bottom half, so it looks fine. However, just having the grey knee pads, there's nothing in the top half to balance that out, so I'm going to give his wee arm guards the same colour of green. And I really like how this changes the miniature. Next up, I'm just going to pencil in all the browns with Thondria brown and give his bow a quick coat of XV88. Now for the hair, he's getting a coat of Flayed One Flesh, and the skin is going Acadian Flesh tone. I am just going to paint this miniature's skin the way that I always do it. However, I think in future I am going to look into getting kind of better at painted faces, as they are so important. But yeah, I've never really put the effort into learning how to do them correctly. Now, fine details, I just gave the little belt buckles a coating of Stormhost Silver, then used XV88 to fill in this other belt strap here, just to kind of differentiate them from the other brown ones.
How come every time I do a project, I manage to break it? Like, I literally tapped it and the fucking arm fell off.
Now for the horse, literally just doing black on the hair and then Wordbearer red on all the different bits of armour and the fucking whatever you call them on the thing, yeah. Now with that all done, I was nice and happy with the base layers. I wasn't quite matching what the official Games Workshop colours were, but I was thereabouts and I was happy with that. And to celebrate, I decided to go travel all the way down to London to meet one of my favourite YouTubers, Battle Wanker. I just had some extremely important news that could only be delivered face to face.
You're a fucking bellend. Look at the state of him.
Mate, I'm surprised you're managing to walk in a straight line.
Well, that's enough of his shite. Let's move on with the Legolas, shall we? Right, so I have decided to go with an oil wash for this miniature. You could quite easily just coat the entire thing in Agrax Earthshade and you would get probably the same result. It won't be as nice, but it will be so much faster. The only reason that I am going with the oil wash is that my Agrax is currently drying really glossy. I don't know what it is about the one I've got, but it's absolutely driving me insane. I'm getting very close to just going and shoving it right up into my bin. So anyway, I've gone with a 1-to-1 mix of black to brown for the oil wash. I do use a little bit of mineral spirits. I use a little bit of mineral spirits to dilute it down a little bit. I'm not going to be diluting it too much because then it can take forever to dry. And we're just applying it all over the miniature, and yes, this looks absolutely horrific, and every time I do it I get a wee sense of foreboding and panic, but I just need to trust the process. Trust in the process. Trust in the process. And I don't remember how long I left this for, but you want to wait till it kind of starts to dry a bit, and then you go in with your little fucking things, what are they called? Then you just go in with your cotton buds and or makeup sponge and wipe away all the excess that you don't need. And here are the two models with the excess taken off. Yes, they look horrific, they're very shiny and glossy, the one thing that I hate, but if you leave it overnight, you should wake up the next day and they'll be nice and matte. And here's the results. I think they look so much better than using just Agrax, but I'll leave that up to you to decide. I'm an absolute big fan of oil washes these days, but the only downside is the drying time. It really does get a bit annoying. So I'm just going to put in some Geek Gaming Scenics Arid Earth, I think, just now. I know this is a bit early in the process to be basing the miniature, but I just want to put this down as a ground layer because it takes forever to dry, and I wanted to just get a kind of idea of what the miniature was going to look like. Make sure to get a brush and knock off any excess added earth. If the oil wash is still a bit wet, it can stick to like the horse's foot and whatever, so make sure to brush it all off.
So, anyway, on with the painting. I am normally a kind of dry brushy kind of guy, but I'm going to give this model a bit of special treatment this time, and I'm going to do some edge highlighting. Yes, I'm going to edge highlight. Stranger things have happened. Basically, I'm just going to use lighter versions of the colours. I'm going to do 2 or 3 edge highlights up to a very kind of light peak. And what better way to do it than a montage? So Legolas is definitely one of my favourite characters in all of Lord of the Rings. I think it's because when I was younger I used to do archery and I was obsessed with like bows and arrows and stuff. So I think that's why Legolas always really appealed to me as a character. Just an absolute expert shot. I will admit he does have a few questionable scenes in the films, like riding down on a Uruk shield or killing a mummock himself. But those scenes aside, he has some absolutely amazing combat scenes. And thinking about it, it's probably where my absolute obsession with, like, elf armies started. I've kind of lost track of how many different elf armies I have across multiple different game systems, and I have Legolas to thank for that. So here is the finished result. I hope you think that I did Legolas some justice here. I also found a previous one in my attic when I was looking about doing some 3D printing, and it's one I did about a year ago that I'd completely forgotten I'd done for an event. As you can see, I really do think the edge highlighting I've done on this most recent one it's just so much better than the original one that I did. It is nice to have these two models together to see how my painting's coming along within a year. What I'll do is maybe touch up this original one and see if I can bring it up to the same level. So do let me know in the comments who your favourite membership of the Fellowship is and why it's Legolas. I do love reading all your comments. And as always, the huge rubbish YouTube spiel that I need to do.
Money, please.
I can't thank my patrons enough for the support over the years. It's absolutely fantastic. It really does keep the motivation levels up. And with that, I love yous and leave yous and see yous in the next one. Thanks for watching, everyone. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and remember to give my bell a good old ring. Fucking rabbit!
Did you buy you?
Fucking move, Bucky. You fucking arsehole.
Did you buy you?
Just nipped my leg. Oh, I'm standing here, you cunt. You fucking... I'll put you in a hat.
He's not happy.
Fuck off! I'm trying to film here. Fucking... Bucky! Bucky! Look at this prick. Huh? You gonna stop biting me, you arsehole? Huh? Huh? You gonna stop biting me? I love you really, mate. I love you really. Can never stay mad at you. I'll get you a treat, I promise. I'm sorry, don't hate me.
That doesn't look like blood splatter at all. That just looks like... I don't want to see what that looks like. Oh, it stinks. That's burning my eye. Ah! Let's do this fast. I have to go wash this off. I can just taste fucking tomato sauce. This is horrible. Alright troops, today we're going to paint up one of my all-time favourite characters from Lord of the... Yes. Alright troops, today we are going to paint up one of my all-time favourite models and characters from Lord of the Rings. Alright guys, in this episode, I'm gonna stab myself in the tits. I've lost it now. What the fuck is this hair? A fucking haircut.
So I said I'd explain why there's a gap here, and I was going to do a whole segment on. Well, I tried to do another video called the seasons of Mirkwood, but basically it looked absolutely trash. Like I tried to do like a winter Mirkwood warrior, and look at that, it just looks fucking horrific, doesn't it? That just looks. So yeah, I was going to do like the different seasons of Mirkwood, and then. And I can't be arsed editing it together because it would mean I need to drag all this like this, and I'm a bit pissed, so I'm scared I'll break the edit. So I'm just going to do a wee thing here. Text media. Sorry, edit fucked. 5 seconds. Blank time. Hopefully you guys forgive me. 36. Explain later. Yeah, that'll do. On the by Joe. 60%.
So,
Fucking hell.
anyway, on with the painting.
That'll do. I'm just going to do that because I don't care. Forgive me, guys. Oh! I completely forgot. Go check out all the other creators in the collab. They did some awesome Mirkwood stuff. Go check them out. Go look at this. Isn't that lovely? Look at those trees. Ooh, yes, look at that. And the spoders, look at all those spoders. Oh, look at all the spiders, man. Rabble, eat your heart out. Look at those fucking spiders. Go do it, guys. Go check out. Don't just fucking click next. I'll even do a playlist or a card at the end of the video. Go check them out. Please. Please. Oh, that's strong as fuck, man. Holy fuck.